Here are the leaflets for cultybraggan. Sorry, man. Sorry, I didn't realise you. This is the Heritage Trail and the cultybraggan camp, etc. I don't know whether you want to expose yourself to enlarging or sort of doing something with the telephone number there and various other bits and pieces. I'll just include you those. Cheers. At the entrance there is a little thing. This is John Manson, Craig VC. I don't know where and what he's involved in. Lots of stuff. The Great War, Comrie's Glorious Dead. No such thing as Glorious Dead. I don't know what these are. These are the insulation behind. So there's little pigeonholes here, and it's been kept off. If you want to read that, if you can make it out, then by all means stop it. This is cultybraggan camp, etc. Comrie through the ages. It's the history of Comrie. I'll try and get as close as I can. Take my time. There's an echo in this place. Okay. Comrie through the ages. This is again there's some history. Prison life at cultybraggan. Prison murdered cultybraggan camp 1944. That's an interesting article. Where they beat the prisoners to death, and then 4 or 5 of them were hung at Pentonville, Germans, etc. Cultybraggan camp was built in 1941 to hold 4,000 prisoners, etc. There's some of the prisoners here, and that's a bit about some of the local people and whatever. Prisoner of War index card. Comrie in the Second World War, once again. Stop this and take your time if you'd like to read any of this. Okay. And then cultybraggan camp after the war, target practice. Again, that's the range I was showing you. It's quite overgrown now. Not as pretty as looking as that. Territorial camp 1948 was visited in June by King George and Queen Elizabeth and Princess Margaret. Well, there you go. Apparently the MOD used to spend 40,000 a year on grass cutting to maintain cultybraggan camp. That's a lot of money. Yeah, there you go. And that's a Cold War bunker which is now being decommissioned. And it's a complete waste of money, like all most nuclear things are. This is village life in Comrie. I hope this isn't too long for you boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen. Village life at Comrie. Licensed grocer. Once again, stop this and rewind if you can see anything. And this was Comrie Development Trust who run this and look after this place. Once again, if you want to read that, I'll do my best to slow as much as I can. I am going to leave a donation in a small little envelope sealed down. You can sign the book as well, if you like. And there you go. Cheers. Right, morning all. It is about 1:05, and myself and Karina have come to visit a place called cultybraggan. And it is, of course, a rainy day, which I'm trying not to get too much rain in the car. And we're at a, for want of a better word, a prisoner of war camp that was used in the war. And this is the biggest still complete in the UK, as I am aware. As you can see, we're driving, of course, gently. It is a rainy day on a Sunday, and as you can see, the Nissan huts are still in very, very good condition. Okay, you can go in some of them, and I'll be glad to take you in some. The Nissen huts that I'm showing you this side, there is exactly the same amount the other side. It is a one-way system, and it's a free entry and free guided tour for yourself. You can walk around the camp. We've just come out for a couple of hours to waste of a Sunday. I looked at this name, cultybraggan, and I'm thinking that's a very unusual name. And this is the camp. Now, whether you can see in the distance the hills with a little bit of snow on, which look quite very nice from the car. Trying to get that mirror in the car. Right there. It's safe to see anything I don't see, because I'm not watching it. Oh, sorry. As you can see, there is a lot of huts. It's quite amazing how many there is, and it's a lot bigger than what we both thought. You've got camp stores. I think it was doing this way. Heritage Trail. We'll follow the Heritage Trail. There's another van coming this way, but this is a camp store. What it says. I don't know where he's going, but I'll just skip round here. Okay. Also, it is a bit of a working environment, looks amazing. And it's a catering event and management, so I don't know where it's going to take us, but oh, looks like allotments here as well. I'm going to swing across gently to this side, and then through this window you can see some allotments. Various other, thank you very much, Crieff, and various other bits and pieces. Evidently there must have been some other structures here because of the walls and stuff. I don't know what. Evidently there's Nissen huts everywhere. Everywhere. You want that? It's a one-way system. I'm checking there's nobody behind me. Some very nicely kept allotments. Certainly looks, yeah.
It's well contained.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry it's from the car, but as you say, there's a nice big concrete structure coming up. So, yeah, excellent, worth a visit, I would say. In the summer it must be quite nice to have a brisk walk. Quite a lot of history here. I don't know what this concrete structure is in front of me. But I'll just show you that. It says, oh, it's wood and concrete. And I'll swing you back over to the hills in a bit. You can see the hills in the distance. But cultybraggan, that's a nice bit of manure, that is. Nice well rotted stuff. That's what you're nodding. Right, so I'll swing round. A little bit of snow on the hills, as we said before. I'm trying to keep the camera as still as I can, and I'll take you a little bit further round and slow the car down. And there is the huts, and as you can see there are quite a lot of them. I will try and get into one of them shortly, because this is one take at the moment, but the rain is quite persistent, is the word, and we have come prepared with a snap, i.e. a cob, some drinking water, some coffee. Excuse me, I'll get that. We've just come past and I've been pointed out to the respiratory test chamber. I have actually had a knowledge of one of those, and it's the most horriblest thing you've ever had. When you put your gas mask on, they drop the old canister in there, and you take the gas mask off, and you have to say your name, rank and number, and you're trying to breathe. Your eyes are pissing with water, you can hardly breathe, you feel like choking. Not a good place, if that's what it is. It looks very much like it. There is a Polish prisoner. Oh, I'm getting this car wet, there is a Polish contingent here or something. I don't know whether it's war graves or whatever. But these are quite big Nissen huts. Looks like little bits of furniture as well. So they may be, some of the units may be as units by the looks of these they are. I'll just be careful as I drive around here. So there must be little working huts or working units. So yeah, heavily cars, whatever, so it does seem to be a bit of a working place. Yeah. And the heritage trail goes round the corner in a minute, which I'm going to follow. I think it's this one. We can go straight on. We'll go down this one because this looks quite interesting. The car's getting a little bit damp, but we're looking forward to our sandwich anyway and our cup of coffee. There's a quite badly damaged Nissan hut there. You know, but sorry about that, people. Right, there you go. So they're just plenty of them. Some nice bit of timber up there, bit of firewood. Well, you can see the general basic construction and how some of them are. Or were. So quite amazed that there's still so many standing. There you go, nice tower. So it was just a little drive out and a chill and a bit of a picnic on a Sunday, the 15th of January 2017. Oops. Some roofs missing on some of them, and some of them are quite dilapidated. Quite sad that one or two aren't set up a little bit better, but who am I to sort of question that? Because they're not going to last forever by the looks of these. But yes, they are massive, aren't they?
Bigger than I thought.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll come up to here and park up, I think, and have a coffee, I think. So it is quite, as you can see, quite a large place. Oops. Plenty of spaces for parking. Easy to get to, easy to spot. But yeah, very impressed. Not much here. You're not going to spend hours here, but you definitely got an insight of how it must have looked many years ago with so many prisoners about. Yeah, it's very interesting. Nice views in the background. So the rain stopped a bit now. I'll try and get in the hut later and bring it a bit into one of the huts. Cheers. Right, we're still at the cultybraggan POW camp from the Second World War. We just stopped for a little snap and a cup of coffee. This is the allotments which we went past. The rain's eased off, but what I have looked at the instructions, and I found out there is guided tours towards the sort of summer months, which is about £3 to £4. I don't know what buildings are open, but it was just basically just a little drive out today and some fantastic bit of scenery. I don't know whether my camera's very good, but I'll try and zoom in a bit. I don't like doing this too much. Okay, and I am only hand holding the camera. It is a working place, I'm led to believe, but as you can see, as careful as I can, some great views. And the car's just pulling up. Okay. And then it's still a working place. There's a food processing place or something there. The concrete structure which we went past with the wood is a small arms firing range which is down there. There's an old a bunker, a nuclear bunker that was commissioned and in the 1990s, but mid 1990s it was decommissioned. Must have cost thousands or millions. There's no entrance to it and most of the stuff's been shifted out of there, but that's way over there, which is on the site. There's a various information leaflets available at the entrance with donations, because it is free. It is a working environment, as I says, with a few of the huts of course being used. There is grade A listed buildings and grade B. The grade A listed are under a bit of a constant threat because once again no person wants to spend any money on old buildings and old history, which is the story of my life. But yeah, some fantastic scenery and a really nice drive. Even though the weather is not brilliant, it's certainly a lot better than I expected. So that's it from Cultybraggan camp at Comrie. Look for it online if anybody's interested. There is loads and loads of Nissan huts. I think it's 80 of them. Yeah, lots and lots of information, and there is a bit of a, I call it like a heritage people looking after it. But once again, I suppose like everything else, it's money. I will chip in and leave a donation at the door. There's a little place I can leave a donation, so I'll leave a few pound at least. But thanks for watching, folks, and this is Cultybraggan at Comrie in Scotland, Perthshire. Bye.